Jammu Links News Top Stories is brought to you by Tasya Herbals alcohol-based hand sanitizer with neem and aloe vera extracts, helping India fight COVID-19. Security forces gunned down 8 terrorists in 2 separate encounters in Shopian and Pampur areas of Jammu and Kashmir in the last 24 hours. In one of the operations in Pampur, security forces eliminate terrorists holed up inside a mosque without damage to the structure. No firing and IEDs were used in the encounter to prevent damage to the mosque. Both operations were launched yesterday morning after specific information about the presence of terrorists. Police and army said while 5 terrorists were killed in Shopian, 3 were killed in Pampur. The death toll due to COVID-19 mounted to 75 in the Union Territory of J&K on Friday, with 3 persons, a 15-day-old infant, a 79-year-old man from Srinagar and an 80-year-old man from Baramulla succumbing to the disease in the valley. With these deaths, 39 people have lost their lives due to the infection in 15 days and 60 people in 31 days in J&K, where the COVID-19 positive cases has surpassed 5,500 mark. Ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's all-party meeting over the Ladakh face-off with China and the death of 20 soldiers, the top leadership of the National Conference on Friday praised the BJP's leadership, reconciliatory tone and demanded the restoration of pre-August 5, 2019 constitutional position of Jammu and Kashmir and the unification of the Union Territories of Ladakh with J&K. 11 senior leaders of the NC said in a joint statement that the party noted with satisfaction the change from the hostile and aggressive posture to a conciliatory posture advocated by Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. Pakistan on Friday initiated unprovoked ceasefire violation by firing with small arms and intense shelling with mortars along the line of control in Nowshera sector of Rajouri district. The ceasefire violation by Pakistan took place at 10:45 am. Indian Army is retaliating befittingly. 10 Indian soldiers, including 4 officers, were released by the Chinese army after a hectic round of negotiations at the Major General level talks between the two sides in the Galwan Valley. The officers and jawans were held by the Chinese after the violent face-off between the two countries on June 15th and 16th, where 20 Indian troops, including a colonel, lost their lives. Hotel Ashok, the oldest hotel in the heart of Jammu city, has closed its operation on Thursday. A Government of India subsidiary, Indian Tourism Development Corporation, the current owner of the hotel, has ceased the operations and put out the closure notice on the entry points of the hotel. The Hotel Ashok was on the land leased out by the government of J&K in 1970 for a period of 40 years. Massive forest fire broke out along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district, triggering some landmine blasts on Friday. There was a forest fire which spread along the LOC in Mankot sector. Few landmines exploded due to it. Forest officials and the army are working to douse the fire. Landmines are planted by the security forces to prevent infiltration from across the border. Even as the Indian Army Force moved its assets, including fighter aircrafts, to forward bases and airfields in view of the ongoing dispute with China, its chief R.K.S. Baduria was on a 2-day hush-hush visit to the Leh and Srinagar air bases, which would be the most critical for any operations to be carried out by the force in the eastern Ladakh area. The visit assumed significance as it came soon after the top security brass of the country reviewed the situation and military operations after the Chinese army killed 20 Indian soldiers in a premeditated attack in the Galwan Valley area after making an attempt to unilaterally change the status of the line of actual control. As fuel prices were hiked by the oil marketing companies for 13th day in a row, petrol and diesel will now cost Rs 78.37 per litre and Rs 77.06 per litre respectively. The price of petrol is increased by 55 paisa a litre, while that of diesel by 63 paisa a litre. Notably, oil marketing companies have been adjusting retail rates in line with costs after an 82-day break from rate revision amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. These firms on June 7th restarted revising prices in line with costs. Military chopper and fighter jet activity was seen in Ladakh's Leh on Friday. The activity assumed significance in view of the ongoing dispute with China and after the violent face-off with Chinese troops in Galwan Valley in Ladakh. Meanwhile, the Indian Air Force has moved its critical frontline assets, including the Sukhoi 30 MKI, Mirage 2000 and Jaguar fighter aircraft fleet, to advanced positions where they can fly in at a very short notice to carry out operations. Pendant Jammu and Kashmir Deputy Superintendent Devinder Singh, arrested while ferrying two Hizbul Mujahideen terrorists in a vehicle on the Srinagar-Jammu highway earlier this year, was granted bail by a Delhi court on Friday. The bail was granted on a personal bond of ₹1 lakh and two sureties of like amount. Reiterating his appeal to Kashmiri youth to shun the path of violence and join mainstream, a senior army officer on Friday said that of the 49 new militant recruits, 27 have been killed in different encounters with security forces. General Officer Commanding of Army's 15 Corps, Lieutenant General B.S. Raju, said that it does not give security forces pleasure to kill these boys, but if anyone takes up arms and causes harm to others, needs to be dealt accordingly.
People wanting to join Tanzeems come to us for help. We will ensure that these people are appropriately taken care of, are rehabilitated, and no harm comes to them. The youth of the valley have much brighter future than joining terrorist Tanzeems.
With 10,386 patients having recovered from COVID-19 in the last 24 hours, the total number of recovered patients has gone up to 204,710 and the recovery rate has increased to 53.79% from 52.96% on Thursday. The Health Ministry said in a release that the trend in daily numbers shows an increasing rate of recovery and an increasing gap between active and recovered cases.